Houston. I want to thank you all for coming out on this toasty night. I am a recent arrival, recent Houstonian. I moved here in the beginning of April to assume this directorship. And this show, I've been extraordinarily grateful that the show that was at the museum when I got here was NOZONE. Because it's kind of a crash course for me in the history of the alternative arts and the alternative ideas about social space in Houston. And I came out of an alternative space background. I, for 11 years, ran a very well-known space in New York called White Columns, which was an alternative art space that did a lot of shows like this that dealt with specific issues of the larger culture. And so this was something that was very familiar to me, and seeing the documentary photographs on the walls of these sort of wild happenings, I'm like, yeah, that's something I'm very familiar with. I did a lot of things like that in New York in that period. And before coming here, I had been the chief curator at MIT at a space called the Visual Arts Center there. And I had moved to Cambridge from New York in 2000. And I remember that I got there, and I didn't, for probably the first year I was there, year and a half, know who the mayor of Cambridge was, involve myself at all in following local politics. I was so shocked about, I was in this new place to learn, a new place like MIT. And I'm also very grateful to Mary Ellen Carroll that this panel was happening. And I sort of, in order to get up to speed on it, had to do a crash course and read a lot of backstories on Houston politics and on learning what the history was, and also on the zoning issues that this panel, and the issues of social space that this panel will be focusing on. Museums are, to me, a very crucial space in culture. As my old boss at MIT used to love to say, museums are safe spaces to discuss dangerous ideas, dangerous and complex ideas. And one of the reasons for that is when people enter museums, their expectations and their receptivity to hearing other voices is expanding. When you go to museums in order to learn about other cultures, other peoples, other viewpoints. And that's what a forum like this is really about. So I'm very pleased that we can present this forum tonight, and as a new Houstonian, looking forward to learning about the issues because I was reading the questions in advance, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about any of these things yet, and I'm hoping that will be clarified by the end of the night for me in some way. And also, it's great to work with Mary Ellen Carroll. I have known Mary Ellen for probably 20 years. She was just saying that we met in playgroup because we began as youngsters in the New York Art World at roughly the same period. And the fact that we both ended up in this fascinating place has been very interesting. Let me just read a little bit about her from her bio. Mary Ellen Carroll conducts ongoing research on land use, and she recently taught the seminar NOZONE at Rice University's School of Architecture. Carroll has a practice as a designer and conceptual artist in Houston and New York. Her forthcoming monograph is being published by Stable Mock and will be available in the fall. Also, the piece in NOZONE is in fact the table, platform, discussion arena that I am standing on, and that the candidates and respondents are arrayed around. The site for the Mayoral Forum is Prototype 180 Table, a table staged by Carroll measuring 16 feet in diameter and 30 inches in height. The design references tables that were created for the negotiation of treaties and peace talks, notably the Paris peace talks, as well as the conference tables in corporate programming, corporate boardrooms. The programming table is an important component of its use as a site. Considered programming a Prototype 180 table is paramount to the design and reinforces the potency of the evening and the potential for it to be historically significant. The candidates and respondents will sit around the table equidistant to one another. From now, I'm going to get off the stage, hand over to Mary Ellen, and my education about Houston will continue. Thank you.